point, and the signs are all around us. Businesses are measuring their lifespans in weeks and months. One-room startups relentlessly burying their competition. 137,000 new companies launching every day. Though the majority of leaders know this new wave of the internet will impact their business, few know what to do about it. The choice is simple: disrupt or be disrupted. 40% of today's top companies won't exist in 5 years. But that means that hundreds of new businesses will take their place. We're living in amazing, astonishing times. And only one company has the breadth of vision to guide businesses through the next wave of the internet. Every day, the world's most innovative companies rely on our people, our technology, and our experience to turn ideas into action. Action that could improve millions of lives. The next wave of the internet is here. We're ready. Are you?
So, good morning, everybody. Good morning. A little bit more energy. Good morning. Great. It is fantastic to be back here at the EXPO. There has never, ever been a better time to be in collaboration. We're seeing hyperconnectivity across, and you saw that in the video, an enormous amount of growth. And if we can get the microphone a little bit better. So we see some significant trends. We'll talk about some of the key trends. We'll talk about the excitement that we see in collaboration, and we'll also share with you what we see from an agile collaboration perspective with a demo as well. So does that sound good? Great. So we are absolutely in the midst of a hyper-connected world. And you've seen here 24 billion connected devices by 2019. And the global IP traffic will continue to move incredibly fast. And this presents unprecedented opportunities for us as companies, for vendors, for enterprises, and also for countries as well. So countries like Sweden, for example, is 95% cashless today. And Denmark, where I'm from, is expected to be completely cashless by 2030. It's opportunities for us to truly reimagine what life will be as going forward. Additionally, we have enormous amount of speed. Speed is accelerating everywhere we look. You just think about Uber and Airbnb, how quickly they have been able to take off. So right now, there really isn't any other opportunity than look at what we need to be doing as companies across the globe. There's no opportunity for us to sit back. Now is definitely the time to take action, and we'll talk about that. And last but not least, the experiential generation is coming in. So as we'll see, many companies are starting, and have already started, to look at the experience inside, but also the experience that we're giving our customers outside as well. And I'll share with you some of the great examples that we have seen and our partners have seen this past year. So clearly, as we go forward, customer experience becomes the true new battleground for all companies in this industry. And so everyone is asking, so what should companies do going forward? Well, clearly, every single enterprise is asking themselves, how do we digitize our business? What would happen if Uber came into my business? And what would I do when I look at adjacent businesses as well? How do I go in and disrupt other businesses as well? And the ones that have probably the most threat are the ones that are under the radar. How do we continue to evolve ourselves? And it's not just about technology. In fact, it's a lot about business process. It's about transforming the business processes, the people as well. It's about making sure that we compete on the experience, making sure that we are embracing agility and innovation. And that all starts with our people. So when we look at also the transformation that's happening from a generation perspective, we know that there's a massive evolution going on right now with the millennials and the Generation Z coming into the workplace. Also, when we look at the number of generations that we have 4 generations and sometimes 5 generations working together in the workplace. Now, the baby boomers today, actually already in 2011, were celebrating the oldest ones were celebrating their 65th birthday. So already now, every single day, 10,000 baby boomers are going on retirement, because in most countries, or in many countries, 65 years of age is when you reach that level. So every day, 10,000 people are retiring, and equally we have a new generation coming in, a new generation that really understands technology, that has a completely different experience with technology, that grew up in the digital era, and really is there to embrace how we change the world going forward. So clearly inside, to make sure that we are attracting the very best of the brightest of the few new people coming in, we need to make sure we're changing the environment. So it's all around making sure that we drive speed of innovation. And a great study showed that it's all about collisions. Collisions virtually and also collisions face-to-face. We need to make sure that we're driving environments for open communication, for great flow, and that we encourage collaboration and experimentation as well. And this is why collaboration is absolutely key and absolutely fundamental to how we look going forward as well. Now, we talked about the internal changes, in terms of the workplace, and equally as well, outside, the external with our customer experience is absolutely key, and we see the changes moving extremely fast. Already in 2013, 66% of companies and our customers were switching brands, based on a bad experience. Already now, as we fast forward to 2016, 9 out of 10 companies are actually competing on the customer experience. And this absolutely becomes the new battleground. We have some amazing examples, and some of you were here last year. I mentioned Nationwide. Nationwide has been on this incredible journey, because it is a true journey that takes years to achieve. But Nationwide has been trailblazing. They just last December actually got the award for the best customer experience in the financial services industry. Just a fantastic achievement. They started out a couple of years ago in a situation where they saw too much customer leakage, and they wanted to explore how they could actually drive much stronger competitive differentiation. With a pilot of 60 different branches, they put in remote advisors that would connect with customers through video. And actually, it was so successful that they've now been rolling this out across every branch. And more importantly, they've seen some tremendous business outcomes. A 60% growth in new mortgage businesses, simply because they now have specialists that are there when you and I are ready to buy a house. So in the past, there would be a very disconnected journey for any customer coming into the branch. Many of you will know that they have specialists at central sites, and those would rotate and come around to the different offices. So when we were ready to buy a house, we would have to wait for a specialist to be able to make an appointment in the local branch. Now, that's no longer the situation. So with the ability to capture more business, the ability to also transact more mortgages, they've increased 60%. They've also been able to reduce the cost of sales as well, 66%. And more importantly, as I mentioned, the customer experience has gone through the roof. So they've been on an amazing journey, and an amazing journey so far, but an even more exciting journey when you look forward as well. Today, 20% of the potential of customers for Nationwide are coming into the brand. So as we look at their mobility strategy as well going forward, how they transfer this amazing experience from the branch then, as well then into our homes, where a lot of us want to actually have those conversations, becomes the next exciting journey. And that's what's really, really key. Equally, many of us, if not all of us here, will know HMRC, one of the largest contact centers, certainly in Europe and definitely in the UK. They have also gone on a tremendous journey. In fact, it's really interesting to see how the public sector, which in the past maybe have been more laggards of technology innovation, are now truly on the forefront. They're the ones that are pushing it to where we really truly can be. And HMRC has seen some amazing results. Now, 37 seconds, you might say, well, what's that? Well, 37 seconds, if you cut that off, 80 million of inbound calls, that's a massive, massive increase in productivity. And what I like as well is the fact that they see 32% of their calls coming in on outside of office. So they're able to support us Whether we want to go through a video chat, we want to get connected with someone outside office hours, or we want to work on our tax returns over the weekend as well. So clearly, a very massive improvement. 20 million of savings so far in terms of the overall operational efficiencies. And this is really important as we see an aging population across all of EMEA. We're seeing massive country transformation and digitization projects taking place at this point in time. So HMRC, an absolutely amazing example. And everybody here, I would imagine, know the building here. This, the Royal Sun Alliance, another great example of how they've been able to change the workforce experience inside as well. So Royal Sun Alliance wanted to bring together their teams into one building, so from 3 or more buildings into one. But they also wanted to do something much more important. They wanted to change the culture. And so I mentioned a little bit earlier around building new environments for creating coalitions, exchange of information. And that's what Royal Sun Alliance have done. Equally, that's what Yahoo, Facebook, etc. have done in San Jose as well, in Silicon Valley. Royal Sun Alliance have created very many new spaces, and actually we'll have more sessions as well talking in detail about how you can create spaces like these as well. Open spaces, spaces for innovation, spaces for brainstorming, etc. And what they've seen is that where in the past they had to allow 10% of the desks to be open, they've now changed that and actually moved it to be 0.9% of people to desk ratio. And you might think, well, that's a little strange because that means not everybody has a desk. But actually, what we're seeing is that at any given time, most companies have 40% of their workplace or workspace is not in use. So what this means now is that they have an enormous amount of energy in the building. People are coming in, there's always people there, and there's a lot more innovation going on. A lot more coalitions between also people in different functions, because as you come in and you come into a new space, you get to sit next to people that might be in sales, people might be in marketing, other places as well. So the amount of coalitions that are happening now is tremendously increasing. It means they're saving millions is what they expect a year. But more importantly for Royal Sun Alliance, they are expecting to move from 25% of their workplace to 50% being Generation Y in 2020. Now that's a massive, massive sign of having the right culture and having the ability to attract the new talent going forward as well. Now with all these great examples, what it means is that we need a different way of collaborating. We need a different way of working as we go forward into the new world. We need to be able to discuss and connect and share and recall things in a much more seamless way. So what we need is a platform for all the various players in the ecosystem, because it's no longer about us sitting in old-time Dilbert-type cubes and connecting. Now we have the ability and the opportunity to move much more pervasively across the whole collaboration suite. And more than that, it needs to be an absolute secure experience. So clearly when we're talking about mortgages and wealth management, we're talking about tax returns, everyone here, I'm sure, will want to make sure that it is an absolutely 100% secure experience. So clearly, these are all areas that we are focusing on from Cisco perspective. We are talking about the next generation and agile collaboration, being able to do everything on your mobile device, from your mobile, from the pocket to the boardroom, in a completely secure manner. And so as you'll see, we have launched, and I think that many of you would have seen, we've launched Spark, our first in the industry, the integrated collaboration platform. And part of that is also the ability to both message, meet, and call. And as actually we look at it, what I would rather do, we're going to give that a little bit of a test, right, Carl? So rather than give you more slides, what we'll do is actually share with you how this looks and feels in real life. Now, this is real life. Are you ready for this? Yeah? You want to see this? So can I ask everybody to do a little prayer to the demo gods, because this is live demo, and as we know, there's always a little bit of risk with this many people here in the room. But Carl, would you come up and help me do the demo here?
Yes. Thank you, Marianne. Good morning, everyone.
So as we work in teams, and as actually UC EXPO is a great example of teamwork, where we all need to come together and work both before, during, and after as well.
That's right, Mariana. So if you look on the left-hand side, we're just showing you the Spark team room that we put together for this event. And it's the place where we worked virtually in preparation for today's keynote and some of the other sessions that we're running during the course of the next couple of days.
So in here, we've been sharing slides. We've been sharing also how the stand would look. We got all the team members here, and we can exchange anything we need.
Absolutely. So we put content there. As Mariana said, we put slides, and that's where we've done our review process. And it's also a place where we can actually escalate to meet our colleagues as well.
Exactly. So, in fact, why don't we see, if we could go maybe and have a look and chat with the guys at the stand, and make a call through the cloud and see if we can connect with them.
Absolutely. We could use the button in the team room itself, so we could use that. But what we did for today's event, we scheduled a meeting. So if I actually go to my Meetings tab, I have a red button at the bottom, which can be shown on the LCD, and it will take me to where all of my meetings are displayed. And in Spark, when you join a meeting, all you have to do is press the big green join button.
So this is, I think, a very, very key thing, because it used to be that you had multiple passwords, etc., links to connect with, but here is one click on a green button.
So one thing I'll mention before we actually join a meeting is that I'm standing next to a Cisco video unit. And it has recognised me in the room, and also some other colleagues as well who are also on Spark, and we can use this as a personal device. So all I'm going to do now is press my join button for my iPhone.
And we should be able to then get to the guys at the stand.
There we go.
And there
Gary.
we go, there's Gary.
Hello, Carl.
Hi, good morning.
How's it going, Gary?
Good morning.
Good morning. Great to see you. And so this call is going all through the cloud, into the...
That's right. So it's going across the cloud to the guys on the stand. So if you have any questions after today's keynote session, please visit the stand, and we have a team of Cisco employees there ready to answer any questions.
Fantastic. And actually, so this is amazing itself. One click on the button. Now, but the other thing that happens often is you imagine you are in a meeting room, and oftentimes someone else comes in, and now obviously Carl has taken the video unit, but someone comes in with a customer, and Carl will be asked to leave the room.
That's right.
Very politely, of course, but so, Carl, it used to be that you'd have to hang up.
That's right. So, but what I can do now is, because I've got control of the meeting from my iPhone, although I'm having the best user experience on the video unit, all I have to do to take that meeting with me now on my phone is to drag it from the phone, from the meeting on the video unit onto my phone. So I'm going to hang up on the video unit, and now if you look at the LCD, you'll probably see it better there. I've got the meeting on my phone. So I'll go and look for a new room, Mariana.
So this is quite incredible. So instead of hanging up on the call, which we would normally do, Carl now has the meeting on his phone. He can either continue the meeting on the phone, or he can continue finding another room, maybe going back to his office and finding a different room. And you can see now the new room has actually detected where Carl is at.
So luckily today I managed to find a meeting room which was next door to the one I just got bumped out of. And immediately when I walk into the room, you can see that the video unit has recognised me, and that I now am available. I can use this to actually move the meeting from my iPhone back onto the video unit itself. So let's do that. So all I do is I swipe the meeting from my iPhone back onto the video unit. And there we go.
There we go.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
So just using the power of the cloud, we've managed to use the best user experience available to us at any given time, but still have always control of that meeting from my mobile device.
So one click of a button and a complete secure experience back and forth. So this is a truly magical experience. Carl, fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So much. I think a round of applause, because that is absolutely fantastic. So it is an incredibly exciting time for us, an incredibly exciting opportunity for all of us as we now take this forward into the agile world. And as Carl will actually have a special session as well later on today to go deeper into what we can do with Spark. Because as we talk about customer experience, what's really important is what we do with the app side as well. How we allow for the development and apps to kind of create that strong customer stickiness going forward. And that is how we see that many companies will be differentiating themselves going forward as well. So you'll see that with Spark, we have the opportunity to drive native integrations, but also services and allow for developers to come onto Spark as well. And obviously part of us acquiring Tropo this year has been a great expansion of the developer network that we have. Now we want all of you to be involved. This is, an incredible opportunity, and we actually are putting money where our mouth is. So we have invested 150 million worth of fund to make sure that there is an opportunity and a motivation as well for everyone to get involved in developing apps for Spark as well. So please come and join some of the sessions. Please also come to the stand and see more of what we're doing with this fund here. Last week, we had the world's largest hackathon in San Jose. 2,000 developers came together to drive apps on Spark. And we want to make sure that we have the same excitement, the same focus here in EMEA as well. So overall, we would say there has never really been a more exciting time to be in collaboration. The opportunities are there for all of us to drive together. With Spark, we have a completely new and completely integrated, secure platform for how we collaborate in the new world. So there's really, I would say, nothing stopping us. Let's now go and make some massive coalitions the next couple of days, and let us get to work. So thank you very much, and I will see you at the Cisco stand, I hope. Thank you.